Peter Dinklage, a veteran actor known for his role as Tyrion Lannister in Game of Thrones, recently spoke out about his dissatisfaction with the show's final season, zeroing in on the character arcs of Jon Snow and Daenerys Targaryen. His remarks added a new layer of critique to what is widely regarded as one of the most controversial finales in television history, with many fans feeling similarly let down by the rushed and uneven storyline that marked the series' end. Dinklage's disappointment with Daenerys' storyline focused primarily on the rapid transformation of her character from a liberator to a ruthless tyrant, culminating in her shocking decision to destroy King's Landing. He expressed that this descent into madness was handled with a haste that betrayed the complex persona built over many seasons. Daenerys Targaryen, once a symbol of resilience and justice, took an uncharacteristically brutal turn in the final episodes, burning an entire city and its people. Dinklage argued that such a pivotal shift required more depth and build-up, a gradual unveiling of her darker impulses rather than the sudden collapse depicted on screen. To Dinklage and much of the audience, this shift seemed like a departure from the nuanced portrayal of Daenerys, reducing her story to a rushed and unconvincing conclusion that stripped her character of its former depth. Jon Snow's storyline was another point of contention for Dinklage. After Daenerys' shocking turn, Jon ultimately kills her in a tragic but necessary act, only to be sentenced to return to the Night's Watch, a position he had left behind and outgrown. According to Dinklage, Jon's return to this life felt hollow and anticlimactic, lacking the depth and closure that a character of his stature deserved. Fans who followed Jon's journey, from the son of Ned Stark to a hero who sacrificed everything to save Westeros, were left disappointed with this resolution, feeling it didn't adequately acknowledge the growth and sacrifices his character had undergone. Instead, Jon's fate seemed to relegate him to a purposeless existence, leaving his arc unresolved and raising questions about what all his previous struggles had been for. But the interview didn't end there. Dinklage also turned to his interactions with Meghan Markle and Prince Harry, offering unexpected insights that took viewers by surprise. Dinklage described Markle as someone keenly focused on controlling her image rather than forming genuine connections. In his observations, Markle often came across as competitive and controlling, traits that, according to Dinklage, seemed to overshadow her sincerity. He found her interactions with Prince Harry to lack the warmth one would expect, and he was particularly struck by how Markle's focus on image often seemed to take precedence over meaningful connections. Dinklage recounted several uncomfortable experiences with Markle, pointing out that her behavior sometimes came across as both calculated and insincere. As someone who typically values his privacy, Dinklage admitted he rarely speaks out on such matters. Yet he felt compelled to address his observations, suggesting that some actions shouldn't go unchallenged, particularly when they reveal a divide between public persona and private behavior. Markle's approach, in Dinklage's view, seemed to prioritize reputation over relationships, with a focus on self-promotion that raised doubts about her authenticity. Dinklage's critique of Markle's behavior drew attention not just for its content, but for the source. Known for his thoughtful and reserved public image, Dinklage's decision to speak out was unexpected and lent his words a sense of gravity. His reflections hinted at disillusionment, suggesting that Markle's drive for visibility and her competitive nature might undermine the very connections she seeks to cultivate. In a world where public figures are often held up to intense scrutiny, Dinklage's willingness to offer a candid perspective on such high-profile individuals was both unexpected and revealing, leaving fans and viewers to reconsider the carefully crafted images they consume. This interview with Dinklage underscored a sentiment felt by many. Whether with Game of Thrones characters or real-world figures, there is a growing disappointment with inauthenticity, rushed resolutions, and self-serving narratives that leave audiences yearning for more substance and sincerity.